First of all, no part of this video is considered financial advice. This is just an education. Part of this ecosystem, I enjoy the personal development aspect of this uh, ecosystem. I get to learn as I go, as we go through the updates of the company, terminologies that are not known to us, non finance majors. And so as we learn, I get to educate myself. And there's nothing I love more than doing a deep dive to improve my knowledge. So that is in itself priceless. Anyways, in the movie Shawshank Redemption, Andy Dufresne had a skill. Well, we're finding I forgot the name of it. Basically, he like carving. There's a fancy term for it. I forgot for that at that moment because that was not planned for my video. Anyway, so during the time that he was probably serving life in prison for a crime that he did not commit, there were two individuals who developed a friendship. Red, played by Morgan Freeman, and Andy Dufresne, played by Tim. One has hope and dreams, the other did not. One pretty much was just drifting through, going through one evaluation, I should say, failed evaluation after another. And the other, because he knew he was not guilty, went into prison, leveraging his mental capital, and it was his hobbies, skills, how he spent his time that led to his deliverance from prison. And today we enjoyed one of the greatest movie, one of the greatest movies ever made in terms of the life application in this movie. Anyways, Andy Dufresne had goals, dreams, and ambition, and he tapped into his inner ability, inner talents, versus Red, who is famous to say that hope is a dangerous thing because he see himself a way out of prison. The system has beaten a self defeat attitude in him. So even going through one evaluation after another, well, because he expected to fail, there was no doubt that one after another he failed his evaluation to re-assimilate it to society. Anyways, I think you've already got my point. When you have hope and dreams and vision, it keeps you up. And since prison time is nothing but you're doing time, doing something, having a skill, having a talent to occupy your mind during that time can be the difference between hope and dismay. Anyway, so if you have not seen the movie, perhaps you can go back and see it one more time. But for the purpose of this video, we are here full of hopes and dreams, great plan for the future, and we have an ecosystem that will deliver that. And during that time, I love research, and I'm part of an ecosystem where learning and personal development is as a top priority. In fact, as important as the oxygen because it, our hope, our deliverance depends on it. If you do not have the self concept of success, being successful, when you come into success, when you stumble onto success, you would not have the psychology, the mental, emotional, and financial literacy necessary to appreciate abundance. Anyways, start philosophizing. So today I want to talk about the STAR program. In the STAR program, I'm assuming, of course, that you've already seen any and all these videos about the about the Cashflow NFT, the Miko Cash and more, and you understood or perhaps have a desire to know more, or perhaps you're already in the ecosystem and you would like to know how, besides having an NFT, what can I do in the meantime? If you see yourself as a leader, this is your opportunity to shine. This is the opportunity to test the ability, your communication skills, your ability to be coachable, or your ability to mentor and coach other people. And if there is an iota of leadership in you, this will test you to the core. And to me, that's also the reason why I'm in this ecosystem, because it is a skill that I want to develop, I'm developing, and I want to put to the test, and I want to actually achieve. That means achieving the level of 5 star. Two, 2 stars out of 5. The first two are very easy to acquire. Simply, you sell $50,000 worth of NFT. That makes you a 1 star for 1 share. Let's go through it now so that way I don't have to repeat too much. $50,000 volume. It's not 10 NFTs, it's a $50,000 in volume. At the beginning, it was the quantity of NFT, but as the value of the NFT goes up due to a discount cash flow analysis that is subject to be delivered to us pretty soon, uh, we will find out exactly the value of the company and evaluate the NFT for what they are as an asset backed NFT. And then the valuation is subject to change. Okay. Then at this point, for you to become a 2 star to receive 5 shares, as an example, I am a 2 stars to receive 5 shares. 5 shares simply mean a portion of the company's profit is distributed to everyone who've actually achieved the 1 to 5 star level, the leadership level. This is not, of course, for everybody. This is for people who want to test their communication skill, their coaching skill. This is for people who love to help other people, and you're incentivized by the STAR program because we are part of a Boogie Gopher Club, where we love to have fun, enjoy personal development, travel, and spend time with like minded people. So, if you want to be part of this special club, then your leadership skill will be tested. This is what that is. So, to become a 2 star, all you have to do is find 3 people in 3 separate lines who replicate your very act- first activity. And then, keeping the law of three, the same 3 people or new 3 people, or a combination of between new and existing, who sold to a first tier or second tier or third or fourth tier $50,000 worth of NFT. In order for you to become a 2 stars, you have to help identify 3 people in your structure or in your organization to replicate the very same activity that you've just yourself performed. 3 people, 3 separate lines to do exactly the same. And then it's just a matter of keeping the law of three For you to become a 2 star, for you to become a 3 star, simply help educate your 1 stars to do the same activity that the person who becomes a 2 star do. So as you do, you graduate to 3 stars once you help coach, train, and mentor three separate lines of 1 star. And you do the same thing to become a 4 star, help to mentor your existing or new 2 stars to become 3 stars. Now you are a 4 stars. At that point, your share distribution changes. At the 3 star level, you will now receive 10 shares. At the 4 star level, you're at 25 shares. And at the 5 star level, you are at 50 shares. Now, the goal is to become 5 star. If you're going to do this, you might as well shoot for the stars. There's no room for second. There's no room for chickens. This is the opportunity for eagles to fly. So now that you understand what the STAR program is, let me then teach it to you my way. Now, because we are people who need to see things visually, the cash flow STAR program simply means you create sales volume at the amount of 50,000 on your first tier. When you first educate someone to acquire an NFT, then that's your first tier. Not only that, you get the commission for 10% for selling an NFT to an individual, and on the second tier, you get 5%. So 10% on the first tier, uh, and then the final tier, second tier, is 5%. Then after that, there is really no motivation to share to help people on your multi-tier down because there's no incentive from the third level on. So the STAR program allow for the continuation of volume sales. Obviously, if you get to that point, and other people who come in after you on the third level would need help to understand the ecosystem. And so the STAR program was created as a leadership structure to help grow the community. So if you are able to sell $50,000 worth of NFT to your first tier, then you become 1 star for 1 share. Then to become a 2 star, all you have to do is find 3 people in your structure, whether it's first tier, second tier, or third tier, to do the same. Find 3 people who sell 50,000 in 3 separate lines. This is an example. So this is a 1 star. So the dots in the middle of this circle represent the number of people you share with. Some may not acquire an NFT. Once you reach the volume of 50,000, you become a 1 star. And then for you to become a 2 star, all you have to do is identify exactly, you name it, 3 people in your structure. They may or may not be frontline to you, who does exactly what you do, sell $50,000 worth. In this case, a 2 star organization is an organization of a minimum sale of 150K. The reason why I put it there is because to solidify the 50K requirement for you to identify 3 separate lines of 1 star. Then, for you to become a 3 stars, 2 stars get 5 shares, uh, 3 stars get 10 shares. Okay, then you basically now for you to become 3 stars, help your 1 star become 2 stars. You graduate to 3 stars. Now 3 stars is basically you have three groups of one star. Basically, at this point, you have this group is a 2 star group, 2 star, 2 star. So you have three separate groups of 2 stars. That's a minimum of 450K in volume. Simply looking at the dollar value for each qualified 2 stars. So you have three groups of 2 stars, and then at this point, uh, you'll receive 10 shares. And all you have to do is basically to become 4 stars, have the same three group graduate to the next level. So you get your 2 stars, graduate to 3 stars. So now each 3 star is 450 organizations. So you do that 3 times for a final group volume, minimum group volume of 1.35 million. Okay. So a 4 star qualification to receive 25 shares has three separate lines of 3 stars. And each 3 star organization is a minimum of 450K just to make it easy. And then for you to become 5 stars, all you have to do, have your 4 stars graduate, have your 3 stars graduate to 4 star. The 4 star line is a 1.25. And then once you graduate your 3 stars to 4 stars, at this point you are 5 stars because each 4 star organization. So you have the same three group keep graduating one upper level, and that also graduate you one upper level. So it's safe to say that a 5 star organization is a organization of a minimum of 4.05 million in group volume, keeping the law of three based on the 1 star qualification of 50,000 each. That's very simple. That way you can look at it from a dollar value perspective. You can become a 1 star just by identifying people who can acquire an NFT. Once you reach a volume of 50K, then you're a 1 star for one share. Now you educate three people in three separate lines to do the same. You are a 2 star for five five shares. Educate your 2 stars to graduate to three. You now uh, keep doing that as you graduate. Your your leadership ability of coaching down and receive coaching up in order for you to pass the test, the leadership test of qualifying. So it's actually not too bad at all. Now, achieving 1 star, it's easy. All you have to do is basically talk to people who have the ability since the entry point is 5K minimum. So you basically not going to waste time and energy in talking to people who may not be available or perhaps able to acquire an NFT. And if in that case they're not able to acquire an NFT, or they are also already pre-educated in crypto, uh, well versed in crypto, and if they cannot acquire an NFT, then that's okay. They have a network of people they know they can expose you to that you can share because once you sell $50,000 worth of NFT, you now also qualify to leverage the commission, which would be 5,000, because if the present value of one NFT is 5,000, so you sell $50,000 worth. So basically, you're qualified to acquire an NFT when you may not have had the ability to do so. If you have, great. Then if you don't, then we can help you tap into your network to identify the people who can, so that way you can benefit from leveraging your community, your network to acquire an NFT. So do not let the lack of hope because you don't have the ability to prevent you from participating in this opportunity. If you have hope for the future, then let that be a motivation because you now see a way out as opposed to, I don't have the money, I cannot participate. Because it's not a matter of money, it's a matter of mindset. Now, your self concept needs to be improved to a growth orientation. So, to be able to see yourself beyond your present level, present reality of poverty mindset. Okay, so another reason to participate in this ecosystem is as soon, of course, that you have the ability. First of all, there's no limit to how many people you can have acquire an NFT. So there's no limit. Okay, for every time, that's 10%. UK NFT currently is at 10,000. So that's $1,000 commission. So you take time to educate someone properly, you know the payout will be $1,000 per individual. All you have to do is do that 5 times for you to be able to acquire, for instance, like the Benelux NFT. Okay. And so that's one aspect. The other aspect of this ecosystem is that if money was not a problem, say for instance you meet all your money needs, you have your basic necessities are met, and you have all you need. So there's no need to really accumulate a bunch of junk that are not going to be useful or just taking space and the more stuff you accumulate, the more stuff owns you. In the meantime, there are a lot of people out there that who may not be privileged as you are to understand crypto, to even have the ability to participate, don't have the network, but have lots of needs. Part of this, the reason to be part of this ecosystem, or perhaps children that are in underdeveloped countries that needs school supplies, education, that need to be fed. What need would you like to be able to meet because you have the ability and money is not a problem? How would you like to make a difference in the life of other people? This ecosystem allow you to do so. You can touch lives that living your bearish 9 to 5 existence, depending on a job that pays you a limited amount of money, you know, you're not gonna live long enough to make up for the time. And by the time you're worn out from a job, you'll be replaced anyway. And all that wasted time on non-essential activities, if you learn to substitute how you waste time and convert that wasted time into a focused, goal oriented, growth minded energy, limit your social media to the bare minimum if or to at least the essential. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, and then that's it. And then focus your energy in touching life, making a difference, and tapping into an ecosystem that allow you with an open-ended opportunity to make a difference, to touch lives that would not be otherwise be blessed if it was not for your foresight, your ambition, your because you want to raise yourself from the level of mediocrity, mediocre living, so that way you can touch a lot of people who may not be as privileged as you are. And this ecosystem opens the door. If that's not a motivation, I don't know what is. Anyways, so while we were in Vegas, Micah, the CEO of Miracle Cash, and Arkan give an NFT to two, one NFT each to two separate non-profit. Instead of giving one time, they donate NFT to an organization that would produce quarterly cash flow, one time giving that create a perpetual movement on a quarterly basis. How would you like to participate? Say, for instance, the NFT is not for you. You don't want to lead other people. You don't want to coach other people, but you have the ability to acquire an NFT. So you can tap into the quarterly rewards paid by the NFT. So that way you can leverage that one time, one and done deposit to an NFT that perpetually give you a reward every single quarter. And with that, as well, of course, you're doing well for yourself. How would you like to, well, since you're giving anyway, since you're giving to nonprofit anyway, how about you leverage, perpetually leveraging an ecosystem that allows you to do just that? And you can do it passively, one and done passively. And if you love to help other people, how about the ability to improve your communication skills, your leadership skills? Because working with people will definitely test you. How about the ability to improve your communication skills, your ability to receive coaching or to give coaching? The best way to improve your communication skills is by engaging in an opportunity that forces you to grow, and the sky is the limit. Anyways, allow me to coach you into that. I'm halfway through, well, almost halfway through, and by helping you, as I'm helping you, I grow, and I'm gonna help you help other people grow. And with the influx of rewards paying out monthly and quarterly if you want to participate in the NFT,